let's rank the 2023 Formula 1 drivers' helmets. I'm going to do this in the order of last year's Constructors' Championship, so let's kick things off with Red Bull Racing and the reigning champion, Max Verstappen. Now, I do really like that Verstappen has kind of gone back to his kind of more, I would say more traditional kind of white, blue, and red kind of colors of his helmet. Like, the white and the gold was good, but I kind of prefer his kind of more classic kind of colored helmet that he's gone back to. He used this design in similar kind of design to this in like 2019, 2020, 2021, and he's come back to it this year, and I quite like it. It's definitely not one of my favorite designs. Honestly, I would stick this design. It's a good design. I would stick it in like, it's kind of hovering between B and C at the moment. It's a nice design, but the Red Bull logo kind of ruins it, so it's gonna go in C for me. On to Checo, and again, similar thing with the Red Bull logo, kind of ruins it. Overall, it's a nice design, and there is these photos here that exist in Checo's helmet. Where you can see the yellow is freaking glowing in the dark. I don't know if it actually does that, but if it does, then that's fucking brilliant. But overall, it's a nice design of the helmet. It's good. I like the kind of the effect on the white. I really like that. It looks quite nice. Overall, I think I'm gonna put this one in B. I like it a bit more than Verstappen's, but again, the Red Bull logo is kind of preventing it from being a bit higher. But Red Bull aside, we're moving on to Ferrari next. Leclerc. I love his helmet design. I love the color red, and I like red helmets. And that's what he did for this year's helmet. Very similar to the design he had last year, which I really, really liked. And he actually had a poll on his Instagram story last year. Of like 2 different helmet designs, asking like which one that we all preferred for his 2023 helmet. And I remember it was very close. It was like 51% voted for this design that he has, and 49% voted for the other one, which was quite similar to the design he used in Monaco last year. But I love the color red and red helmets, and I love this helmet, and it is one of my favorites. Because as I said, it's a red helmet, and I love the color red. Carlos Sainz, meanwhile, very similar design to what he normally uses. Dark kind of color on top with the 55, and then the kind of cool kind of Spanish flag design on the rest of the helmet. For me, it's kind of hovering. It's hovering between A and B. I'm gonna miss. I like it more than Checo's helmet. I like it more than both Red Bull helmets. That's for damn sure. I'm kind of feeling like it should go in B for the moment. I'm gonna put it in B for the moment. I might move it later on, but I'm putting it in B for the moment. But Mercedes are up next. Lewis Hamilton is back with his yellow helmet. Kind of a bit of a yellow and purple. Yellow and purple is a color combination that you wouldn't expect to look as good as it actually does. I quite like the yellow on Hamilton's helmet. Hamilton looks good with yellow on it. I like the kind of the black and the purple that he had a couple of years back. I like the kind of the white and the red he had as well. We don't have many pictures of Hamilton's helmet, unfortunately. And he has hints of the pride flag on the helmet as well. Like, I like the yellow and purple color combo, and I don't know why. I don't know why the yellow and the purple works as well as it does, but like it just works. It just works, and I have no idea why. I'm kind of feeling like this one should go up in A, because I do really like the color combo. George Russell, though, I'm not a massive fan of his helmet. Again, another one where we don't have many pictures of the helmet, unfortunately. Or not that I've found anyway. It's the kind of, I don't know. Blue is a color that I like it, but it's not my favorite, and this is one of them shades of blue where I like it, but something about the helmet just seems a little bit off for me. Like a plain color helmet. Sometimes I like the plain color helmet, sometimes I don't. Or the mostly plain color helmets, like Leclerc's helmet's a fairly plain color helmet, but I actually quite like it because like it depends on the color for a plain color helmet. Like this one, quite like the white helmet he had in 2021. I will say I wasn't a fan of that one. I feel like Sebastian Vettel is really the only person who can pull off a plain white helmet. Stroll's helmet we'll get back to in a minute. But Russell, I don't really like it, I'm gonna be honest. For me, it's going down in F. I don't really like it. And then Mick Schumacher's helmet. We've got a couple of reserve driver helmets that I've found, so we may as well rank them as well. Mick Schumacher, Mercedes reserve driver. I must say, we haven't seen many angles of it, but I can't say I'm a huge fan. I like it more than Russell's, but I'm gonna put it in D. I don't like it too much, but it's not terrible. But anyway, now, moving on to Alpine. Pierre Gasly's helmet. I love this helmet. I think it looks really good. I love a chrome finish on a helmet, and that's what this has. The kind of, it's a bit of an orangey gold color, and then there's some red as well. Either way, I absolutely love this helmet design. And this is going straight up in favorites. It's one of my favorite helmets on the grid this year. I really love it. Esteban Ocon's helmet, meanwhile, I'm kind of a bit on the fence with that one. It looks nice, but not brilliant. It's very kind of stealth mode helmet, if you know what I mean. I'm gonna put it down in D for now, ahead of Schumacher's helmet, but still behind Verstappen's. It's one I'm kind of on the fence about. Now, on to McLaren, Lando Norris. And his usual design, he has the fluoro yellow, and instead of blue this time, he's got black. Pardon me, carbon black on the helmet. I don't know. It's another helmet where I'm kind of on the fence about it a little bit. I'm gonna put it in C, just ahead of Verstappen's helmet. It's a good design, but there's just always something about it that feels a little bit off to me, and I don't know what. I don't know, it's like borderline. It's borderline between B and C, I'm gonna be honest. I'll stick it in C for now, and then we'll go from there. Oscar Piastri's helmet. This one actually kind of reminds me of the helmet that Leclerc used in Monaco in 2018 when he used his, the helmet design his dad used. It kind of reminds me of that. It's a very similar design to what he used in, Formula 2 last year as well. It's a nice design. It's nice. I like it, you know? It's another one where I don't really know where to put it, to be perfectly honest. I like it a bit more than Lando's helmet. I think it goes behind Checo in B. That's where I'm gonna put that one. As we now move on to Alfa Romeo. You know, let's kick this off with Bottas's testing helmet. This helmet it goes straight up into favorites. That helmet design was absolutely fucking brilliant. For testing. But then for contesting helmet side, his main helmet, I actually quite like this. The kind of the black and the blue and the white. It's clean. I like it. I like it. This is going straight up an A for me. I really like it. His teammate's helmet, Zhou Guan Yu's helmet. Again, another case where purple and yellow, it shouldn't work as well as it does together. It just works. It just works. And I do really like his helmet design. I do really like it. Again, it's another one that goes straight up in A, splitting the former teammates. On to the Aston Martin boys now, and Fernando Alonso's helmet design. This is nice. I like how Alonso's helmet design that he's got this year. His helmet design's Alpine, I don't know why, it just never really worked. I don't know why, but his helmet design for Aston Martin, it does work. I do really like it. Honestly, this goes ahead. This goes like straight up into the top of A. Because I really like it. Lance Stroll's helmet, by the way, I do not like it. This is one case where the plain color helmet just does not work for me. Like I said, sometimes it works. For me, in my opinion, a plain color helmet, sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. This is one of the cases where they don't. And that's all I really have to say on that. Stoffel Van Doren's helmet. Reserve driver for Aston Martin this year. This is really the only angle we have of his helmet. I'm a little bit on the fence on it, to be honest. I like it more than Ocon and Schumacher's. I'm gonna put it at the top of D, because I like it more than Ocon's or Schumacher's, but not quite as much as, like, other helmets. But anyway, Kevin Magnussen's helmet now. Kind of a typical design he always uses, but I like it. I do really like it. This one, I don't know. This one, I think this one goes up in A for me. This one, I do really like this helmet design. Although it's A or B. I would say this one goes into just ahead of Bottas. And now, Nico Hülkenberg is another one. I quite like the Haas helmet designs. Nico Hülkenberg's helmet, it looks like they just set down a white helmet and then they just went ham with a paintbrush. but I absolutely love it. I love this helmet design. It looks like I just said, or they just placed a white helmet down in front of some kids and just gave them some paint, some paintbrushes, and just went, go nuts. I really like this. Honestly, this one has to go into favorites for me. Just ahead of Bottas though. Sorry, Bottas, but I really love that helmet design. I love it. And Yuki Tsunoda's helmet is another one that I do really, really love. This design is an absolute beauty. I cannot stress that enough. Again, same deal with Red Bull. The kind of AlphaTauri logo is quite big, but I mean, AlphaTauri always have that with their helmets, and it's a bit of a shame because it takes up so much space on the helmet. But this one, again, it goes straight up into favorites. This is like one of my favorite helmets on the grid. His teammate, however, cannot say the same. It doesn't go in F, but it doesn't go in D either, so I'm going to put it in E. I don't know. Again, AlphaTauri logo, quite big in your face. This is literally the only photo here that I've found of his helmet, so it looks a little bit unfortunate we don't have more angles of it, or I haven't found more angles. But yeah, don't love it, but it's not as, I don't hate it as much as the likes of Russell's helmet or Stroll's helmet. But the Williams boys, Alex Albon, his helmet kind of goes in the same vein as De Vries's, honestly. I don't dislike it as much as I dislike Russell's helmet or Stroll's helmet, but I don't like it as much as the helmet's in the D category. It's going behind De Vries's helmet. Or, it's kind of like he's got the dark blue and rocking with a bit of reddish pink going on as well. It looks nice. But I don't know, it doesn't go any further than E for me. And Logan Sargent's helmet, to close us off, it looks good. It's decent. I don't know. It's a decent looking helmet design. Of course, you got the American flag on the side of it. We haven't seen many angles of his helmet, unfortunately. It's decent. It's decent. I think I'm going to put that one up into D for now. I think that one goes in D for me. There we go. There's my rankings of the 2023 driver helmets. I don't know. Some of them are borderline between one category and the next. Other ones are definitive in that category. I've got my 5 favorite helmets of the season. From the helmets we've seen, of course, there's always going to be drivers doing special helmets throughout the season. But of course, we have the test driver helmets, a couple of test driver helmets in here, and then Bottas' preseason testing helmet, which I just couldn't resist but rank because that helmet was absolutely fucking brilliant. But there we go. Which helmets are your favorites? Including reserve driver helmets and Bottas' testing helmet. So that's 23 helmets in all I have just ranked. Of these 23 helmets that we see here on the screen, which ones are your favorites? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Drop a like if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you're new to keep up to date with all my Formula 1 based content. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.